Okay, you are a new volunteer at Garden View. You had been a regular visitor up until that point, since you were finally old enough to volunteer. You had been close with all of the tunes at all points, even when they had turned twisted, but you were closest with Glisten. So, when they found out you would be volunteering, which would mean they'd get a lot more time with you, they were all super happy. Then when you came in on the day of the volunteering, the boss was about to introduce you to them, but then Glisten tackles you to the ground and says in an extremely happy tone, "Oh my gosh, listener, you're here. We heard the news and we're all super excited to have you here. We won't treat you any differently, though. Just we'll get to spend more time with you." You smile and say in a clearly happy voice, "That was kind of the point, Gliss. And plus, you know how my parents are. If I'm not here, I'll just be watching my little sibling. Or just working on whatever the heck they want me dealing with." Glisten chuckles and then nuzzles into you. And the boss says, "I see you're all already acquainted with the newbie." They all nod. And then Dandy says, "Yeah, she already knows all the rules. Don't worry. Plus, they're actually well behaved. Unless you leave them alone with Glisten," Dandy teases. You and Glisten both blush intensely after hearing Dandy say that. You just look straight to the floor while Glisten immediately says, "Dandy, we do not do anything. You know that." When Dandy calmly says, "I know, I was just picking. Plus, everyone can tell you both love each other. So just get the damn confession done and over with already. It'll be easy enough." Then you and Glisten blush a lot more, because neither of you knew what the other liked. Okay, sorry, I could not figure out how to properly say that. Neither of you could figure out how to tell the other without it seeming embarrassing, and neither of you knew that the other liked them back. So when you both heard that, you just looked at one another. Glisten had a goofy, love-struck look on his face, when you were just blushing. No distinguishable facial features, just bright red. After a while, you and Glisten had been dating. Since you were still in high school, your school had a field trip set for your grade level that brought you there. No one at your school knew you were a regular at Garden View. But when you go in a Garden Well, when you get off the bus and see that you're at Garden View, you smile and pull out your name tag so that the other employees at Garden View knew exactly who you were, and that if you go into an employee area, that it's perfectly fine. Your classmates and teachers were completely confused, not knowing why you had done that. So your homeroom teacher asks, listener, why did you do that? And you say in a happy tone, simple. I'm a regular here, and I volunteer. I know the rules. They're actually quite simple. I know everyone there, and as long as no one messes around or breaks the rules, all should be quite smooth. However, just know if Twisted Glisten appears, do not leave him alone. Try contacting me, I'll handle it. Everyone was surprised because no one knew you had enough confidence to speak that clearly to all of them. And no one even thought you would work there since it's a place where you'd have to give presentations and such. But you never had to give presentations, you just had to work with the tunes to keep them okay. When all of your school had gotten into Garden View, all of the tunes and Twisted see you, and they're all just smiling happily. Then Glisten immediately tackles you and hugs you tight. Then he says, darling, I'm so glad you're here, but isn't it during school hours? Then you calmly say, it is indeed, love, but luckily today's a field trip day. Annoyingly, the main bullies are here too, but I have a feeling Shrimpo's gonna have fun with them. Then your friends ask, listener? How and why? Are you doing a romantic relationship or something? You eagerly nod and say, I've been telling you idiots that for weeks.